Recently, I saw this square neck tank top on loft.com for $23, but I knew I could totally make it out of some materials I already had at home from Walmart. So these no boundaries junior size cami tops, this one is a size medium, and then the other one that I have is a size extra large. So what we're going to be doing is cutting off the top part of this cami top right across here, and then you're going to be left with a tube. Basically, that's going to be the main body of your new top. And then with the second one, we're going to make straps, and we're also going to be using an interfacing for the top half of it. Next, with a ruler or tape measure, mark out a straight line, and then go ahead and cut the top part off. So just cut away at the top part, and now you're left with the main body. And then we're going to go to our second shirt, and this we're going to measure out 2 straps that we're going to fold over and stitch down. Hopefully we have enough material here that we also can use to make a interfacing for the top of it, so that it's a little more sturdy and not flimsy for the straps.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna make the straps in the end will be 1.5 inches wide and 18 inches, 7.5 inches. So we'll seam allowance. We're doing 3 across. Thank you, Colton.
Okay.
And 19 inches down.
Okay. Wow.
And then we'll cut 2 of these, fold in half, and those will be our straps.
Okay. All done.
As Colton demonstrates, we're gonna mark the line and cut it out. Okay, so I have the strap marked out. Like I said before, 3 inches across, so that in the end it'll be 1.5 inches, and then 19 inches down for seam allowance will be more around 17.5 inches. And then I'm gonna cut out 2 of those, and then whatever's left over, I'm gonna make a facing to go on the top part of the tank. Both of the straps look like cut out. And then you're gonna just fold them over, good side facing together, and we're just gonna go ahead and pin and sew those. So yep, just go ahead and pin both pieces, and then you'll stitch them down. So I took a couple of pieces and I pinned them together and cut them out for the interfacing. So you're just gonna pin the right sides together and go ahead and stitch it down. And then we're going to attach that to the top of our tube body, and basically we're going to be sewing those right sides together and then flipping it over. And of course, if you want to make sure that it looks the best it can, you're going to want to make sure that you press down both of those straps after you sew them. And then I'm going to go ahead and pin the interfacing to the top of that tube body that I had mentioned earlier. I'm just showing you what I did here. And it can be a little confusing, but just make sure that you're going to place your right side to the right side of the top and add in your straps where you have marked them. So just go ahead and try them on your body and make sure that you have the right placement for them before you pin them in, and then you're going to go ahead and sew it. Okay, so it's actually the next day, and I just wanted to show you guys what the finished square neck top looks like. So this is what it looks like. I'm really pleased with the way it turned out. I think last I showed you was that I cut out the interfacing and was sewing up the straps and then going to sew the interfacing. I didn't pick the camera back up just because I kind of made a couple of stupid mistakes and it took a little bit longer. But after I cut out the interfacing, is probably about that way. I kind of see it a little bit through the shirt, but I just pinned it right side of the interfacing to the right side of the shirt. I marked out where my straps needed to go and I put those in, and then I just sewed it around. Couple mistakes that I made was I made the straps too long in the back, so I had to unpick it. I actually did this twice. I had to unpick it, sew it back, and then I realized that I had to twisted the strap like that, so I had to unpick it again and restitch it. And then I thought that, okay, if I want the interfacing to stay flat, then I need to top stitch this down, like stitch in the ditch. But because this is a stretchy rib knit fabric, it started going all wobbly like a lettuce hem, which I didn't like. So I had to unpick that and just decided to, on the side seams, just do a stitch down here. And also on the other side, so just do a stitch to kind of keep it in place and stop it from moving. I mean, it is rolling up a little bit, but that's because I wore it yesterday for a while. So once I press it down, it kind of looks fine. I'm wearing it with my favorite white pants from Who What Wear that I got off Poshmark. I love these pants. I styled them twice recently in a YouTube video. So if you haven't seen that, it's my husband styles me outfit challenge type video. So go ahead and check that out. I always have a link in my description for that. Now, when I cut out the straps, it is going horizontal and the rest of the ribbing on the shirt goes vertical. That doesn't bother me. If that bothers you, make sure that when you cut out your straps, you either orient it so that it's vertical, or get a bigger size shirt to make your straps. I'm happy that this is a little bit looser, not super tight. It's great to tuck in. Without it being tucked in, it's kind of the full length of it kind of ends right here, which is still kind of cute with the pants, but yeah, so it kind of goes here. Interfacing was definitely the way to go to get a more clean finished edge versus just turning it under and hemming it. You don't get to see the lines. I was thinking that maybe I could do a blind hem and kind of stitch this down a little bit, but honestly, I think that it's secure enough for my liking. And then if I just want to press it down with the iron really good like that, you can see it doesn't flip that much. But I really love this, and considering that the shirt at Loft was $23, and I basically made this for free. I mean, the two tanks together probably were like, I don't know, maybe they were like $4 or $5 by themselves, so like $8. And the thread was probably like, I don't know, $2. Still came out a lot cheaper than what the original top was, and I was so eager to buy it, like, oh, it showed up, it popped up on like my feed as one of those ads, and then I was like, oh, I put it in my cart, and then my husband's like, you don't really need to buy anything else, and I was like, you know what, you're right. And then I realized that I have everything to make it myself, so I'm going to try to continue to sew my wardrobe and just use all the materials that I have. I have so many things that I really don't need to buy anything else. I'm just going to make it myself. So I hope you guys enjoyed showing you how I did a little wardrobe remix, showing you how I made this Loft inspired top out of Walmart stuff, out of Walmart tanks. And this is from the junior section, so it was really affordable. Alright guys, bye.